My name is Dora Chao Mwawaka. I'm a breast cancer survivor. I was diagnosed in 2006. I had a lump and it was discovered in a camp like today. I was standing in front of a mirror when I came out of the bathroom and I raised my hand accidentally. I did not plan it. So I saw something protruding on my right side. At first, I didn't take it serious, but after some time, I started thinking, now what is that thing? Why isn't it disappearing? I shared with a friend. They told me it is nothing, so I stayed with it. After a month, I started feeling things that I think it was just psychological, but now it was not giving me peace. So when there was this breast camp, which was free, I decided to come and be examined. The first person who examined me, who did that test on me, called another person. So now I got scared because that thing was very small, but they were calling each other. They told me, now you have to go for another test. It is called FNA. Now, because I was so scared, I ran away. I didn't go for that test. During those days, we used to have this camp for 1 week. So on the last day, I decided to come back. They did the FNA. The person who was in front had a big lump. She was examined. She was told there's nothing. So I just gave myself hope because mine was very tiny. When I went in, the doctor was not very good because she just blurted it out. She said, this is not very good. This is cancer. She was talking to the other person, not to me, after seeing it under the microscope. So I broke down and it was chaos. They had to call people to come and get me out of that room. I heard that I had cancer, and that is the last thing which was on my mind when I was going for that FNA. So I just saw death. I didn't want to wait to have my hair drop and to have all those complications. I wanted to die that day.
And which stage was
it? The lump was in the first stage. They tried to tell me that the first stage you can have it treated and you can survive, but that day I didn't hear that. I just saw myself dead and my children without a mother. So those counselors who were called to come and counsel me after, they're the ones who spoke to me and something penetrated. One of them said, which is better, for you to survive with one breast or for you to die with two breasts. Now that one brought me back. So I start, and so it is better to survive with one breast and live with my children than to die with both. The people who are called were counselors who are doing the breast camp. They talked to me, they took me out. After some time, I was taken to the doctor now, a surgeon here in Aga Khan. This doctor spoke to me and told me to go home, and when I have any questions, I come back and talk to him. That is exactly what I did. So after some time, I decided to have the surgery because the doctors had given me all the options. I decided to do a mastectomy. This is the removal of the breast, because I thought now if they just remove the lump, maybe it will recur. So I told the doctor to remove the breast. After the removal in 2006, I've battled cancer now. This is the 13th year. Mm-hmm. After the surgery, I had already spoken to the doctor and he told me that it was not a must for me to have chemotherapy or radiotherapy. Now those were what was scaring me most, worse than the surgery. I was scared of chemotherapy and radiotherapy because people were saying those are the things which kill people. So the doctor told me after the surgery he was going to take a specimen and check if there are any cells left where he had removed the lump. He did another test. He took another sample, and this one was taken to South Africa. It takes a month. Mine took 2 months to come back. So when the results came, I came and saw the doctor. He told me that cancer, the one you had, is positive. He said positive. Now there are many, I mean, that language I didn't understand, but I had positive. So I asked him about this positive thing. He said this one can be cured by drugs which you're going to swallow for 5 years. So for 5 years, I took tamoxifen. After I completed the 5 years, I came back to the doctor. He told me, now you have, during this time, I came to discover there are doctors who are called oncologists. So my oncologist told me that to be sure that now you are clear, you have to go for another test. This test is done in Aga Khan, Nairobi. They call it a bone scan. Bone scan, they scan my whole body to see if there are any cells in any part of my body. So this was done after the 5 years. I went for this test. It was scary, but I did it. And then I stayed for a week and the results were out. They were brought back to Aga Khan here, and I was told that now I'm cleared. I do not have any cancer cells in any part of my body. I'm fine. But for the remaining breast, I should keep on checking it, and I should be going for a mammogram every year. Yes. Mm-hmm. And that is what I did for some time, and then I just stopped.
So how did you feel when you were told you were cancer free?
I was very happy. Yes, I was very happy.
Did you think it was possible?
I had faith. I had faith. Mm-hmm. I knew it had cleared because there were no lumps and I was not feeling anything, and I had taken my medicine, so I was sure that I was free from it. But the waiting was scary because something was telling me maybe they will find some more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, why do you think this happened?
Getting the cancer?
Yes.
I don't know.
Do you have any family history of the disease?
No.
It just happened.
It just happened. And after that test from South Africa, the doctor told me that this cancer of mine was caused by hormones. So,
were you taking family planning?
No, I was not taking family planning, but I remember I took some supplements from GNLD. They told me those cells were rejuvenating my cells. They were going to make me, I think, younger. So I think maybe they are the ones which messed me up. Those are the only hormones I can think of because I was not taking any other hormones.
So what sort of care is there for people who have been diagnosed with breast cancer?
The care, like now, they have the Brecasco people to fall back on, those ones who can advise them, who can hold their hands during the surgery, and we also have the breast cancer awareness group here in the Aga Khan. This one, when you do not have money, but you have been diagnosed, they take you somewhere where you can have this surgery done without your paying. They pay for you.
It's for free.
But somebody has to be really desperate. They can't afford completely. It is not free. They will pay. The surgery is not free.
Apart from that, is there any other sort of care that is there for people who have been diagnosed with breast cancer?
There is no care. Only the NHIF nowadays pays a bit.
Insurance.
It's an insurance, and somebody has to be a member.
Kindly repeat the NHIF.
NHIF.
Health insurance.
Health insurance pays for the chemotherapy and a bit of money for the radiotherapy. It pays very little money. Somebody has to put in a lot of money. They just pay a small percentage.
So from what you have mentioned, do they have to pay for it themselves, the patients?
Yes. The NHIF?
No, whatever the care that you've mentioned.
Mostly you have to pay yourself. Unless you are so desperate, you cannot afford, they'll take you to a public hospital where there is a long queue of waiting and somebody can die while waiting to be treated. So when you have money, it's when you can be treated. So most people die because they do not have money. They cannot afford. Even this NHIF, it helps, but very little. So it can pay for very little money, and maybe you are supposed to take very many lines of chemotherapy. You take just the much which has been paid for by NHIF, and then you cannot afford. You will still die because you have not taken the whole thing.
So that means the cost
of treating,
yes, is very high.
It's very high. It's high in Kenya.
What can you talk about it?
The government should put aside funds to fund patients of this disease, because it is a serious disease, and most people do not have money to treat themselves.
So is early detection not possible?
Early detection is possible. You have to discover it yourself by doing self-examination every month. Immediately after one's period, they can check themselves. And if somebody is beyond having their periods, they can still check it once a month. You check it with your own hands. If you feel something which is abnormal, now you go to the doctor and tell the doctor there is something here. Can you please check it? They will either do that FNA test, or they'll do some other test, and you'll be told if this lump is cancerous or not. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And are there free screenings for women once they reach a certain age?
I don't think so. Yeah. We just come like now. Yes. They are held once a year.
In October?
In October. In every hospital. It is in October. Once a year in October, there is a calendar. October is a cancer month. So there are camps all over the country to do this free examination for anybody who goes there. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, because cancer in women over 40 is unfortunately common. So, what can you say? Nowadays, how old are you?
I'm 62.
62?
Yes.
Can we say that it is a normal thing to happen for women who are old?
No, because I didn't get it at age 60. I got it when I was younger.
How old?
I was 49. Yes.
So it can happen to anyone?
It can happen to anyone. We have even young girls who have never even given birth. They have it. They have cancer of the breast. Mm-hmm. Like today I've seen very many young girls who have come for testing. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's finish this. What kind of challenges do women who have been diagnosed with cancer go through? Because having their breast removed and losing their hair, because those are parts that women love.
Yes.
By themselves.
Yeah. It is very bad for them. They are affected emotionally.
Actually, talking about your own experience.
Fortunately for me, the tamoxifen does not affect the hair, so I never lost my hair.
What are some of the things that you love in your body?
I love my breasts, and I love my hair, and I just love myself. This chemotherapy, when you start getting it, everything changes. You lose your hair, the nails change color and they can come out. And you become sick. You become sicker when you are when you're getting the treatment. After that, you'll be fine. But it is a bad experience.
You feel incomplete.
Really, you become a social misfit. You do not fit. Like you are not normal, and you are not like the government brought a policy to take care of the disabled. Now, somebody who has lost a breast, that person is physically challenged. But when they go to this group of physically challenged people, they are rejected. When they come back to the normal people, they are rejected. So you're just there in the middle. It is a very bad experience.
So did you face any discrimination or stigma?
Yes, I did. My social life changed. I could not go out with people. I could not go swimming. I could not mix with people. The women, in fact, are the ones who stigmatize the others who have lost their breasts. They see them as abnormal. And I think some of them think if they interact with you, you'll pass on the cancer to them. Yes. So after the surgery, now this thing became very real because I'm a teacher by profession, and the teacher has to stand in front of the children. So I asked the doctor, now how am I going to stand with one breast in front of the children? I decided to leave my job. I wanted to stop working, to just stay there and die. The doctor spoke to me. I got some counselors to counsel me. After some time, I agreed to go back to work. Fortunately, I was teaching in a special school. And the children I was dealing with are multiply handicapped children. Most of them don't have speech, so it was not a big deal standing in front of them in any way I am. The only people I was scared of was the other teachers. So I just stayed with my children, the ones I was teaching. From class, I just ran away to my home. I stayed like that for some time, and then somebody introduced me to others who had gone through the same thing. These are the other survivors. During that time, they had not yet formed this group, which is called Brecasco, but after I came, we found out we were very many, so we decided to have a group, a registered group. In fact, I'm one of the people who came up with the name Brecasco. So after we started this group, the main aim was to give others support, to support the other people who are diagnosed with this thing. Because for me, I didn't get that support. I was just told, and I went around getting my own information. I have a sister who contacted somebody who is very good in computers. They used to download information for me and bring it to me. That is how I supported myself for some time. But the greatest support I got was from the other survivors. When we started this group, it was just a social group. We come, we talk, we share our experiences, and eventually we all became like sisters. Very good friends. If you have any problem, we shared. The Brecasco people,
In full?
the breast cancer survivors cost. Those members are the only true friends each one of us has. We can be ourselves when we are in this group. If it is swimming, we can go swimming without worrying about anything because we have one breast or we don't have both. Because we all share the same thing. We can arrange our outings, we go, and we just be ourselves. We don't have to hide anything. So this group is very useful, and our mission is to make others feel comfortable, feel like human beings, because when we get this surgery, people kind of reject you. There are some members who came, they didn't survive because their families had rejected them. They were kept in separate rooms. They were given their own plates, their own cups. They are not human, so they didn't make it. They died because of that. Now we try to make them feel wanted. When they are lonely, they can talk to any of us. Like me, we share numbers, and there's some of us who have who are contacted. When there is a new member, they can call me, and I either go and see this person or I speak to them through the phone and encourage them and arrange meetings. That is what we do. And this group raises funds. We don't raise funds for anything, but the funds are to help those people who cannot afford like tests. You can be sent for tests and you don't have money. So the Brecasco group gives each member 5,000 once a year. If you have been given a prescription to buy maybe some drugs, you are given 5,000. If there is a test you want to do, you're given 5,000 at least once a month. And every month we meet once. The first week of the month we meet, and when we meet we discuss our things and we contribute small money, 100 shillings from each person. If a member cannot afford that 100, we don't hold it against them, just continue. And after every year we have this work to raise the funds. This money helps the others. It is important to do self-examination, and when you discover a lump, any lump, take it to the doctor. And if the lump turns out cancerous, just go through the treatments. Life will still continue after the surgery or after the chemotherapy and radiotherapy. Your hair will still grow back, so don't be scared.